Okay, I'm really trying to make the effort to review every movie that I see in the theater this year. That being said, it's time to review Winter's Tale. Alright, this is my micro review for Winter's Tale, starring Colin Farrell, Russell Crowe, and Jessica Brown Findlay. Okay, let's start off with the acting. The acting was actually pretty good for what it was. The director, this is directed by a guy named Akiva Goldsman. Well, he hasn't directed anything else of note before this movie. So let's talk about this. The story, I thought this would be something like a whimsical little love story, you know, with a slight touch of mysticism, but man, this is a full-blown fairy tale. And when I mean a full-blown fairy tale, this is like shades of Devil's Advocate. Like you think you're watching something normal, and then something just completely shocks you and makes you go, whew, oh, okay. It's this type of movie, which is fine for me because I like being caught off guard like that. I mean, when you see something really strange happen and you're just like, okay, yeah, there's a horse with wings. Okay, this is a fairy tale. I can go with it. However, for me, things just fell apart a little too much in the third act. Like it just got a little strange. It got a little too convenient. Now, something else needs to be said about a cameo in this movie by another big actor, and you know him as the judge. I'm not going to reveal that right now, but it didn't work for me. You know, they try to make it a commonplace thing. They use a lot of metaphor and, you know, that other visual thing, what's that called? A symbolism. No, it didn't work. It just felt a little forced upon you. Because there are other parts of this movie where they do have symbolism, where they do have metaphor, not only in the dialogue, but within the scenery. Like, I mean, it is nicely conceived, it just wasn't executed the best way. Like overall, I think the promotion for this movie just didn't really do it justice. It didn't set it up as a fairy tale, which it needed to, because people just were kind of put off, I think. Like, people were not expecting this to this caliber. And to say something nice about it, well, okay. It started off nice, and it had a really good period of time where they established the love between Colin Farrell and Jessica Brown Findlay. You know, he's like a thief who's trying to rob this place, and then he finds this girl and she's like dying from this kind of sickness, and they have this relationship, and you know where that goes. But they spent too much time there in the past because you know it eventually goes to the future, and all this stuff in the future just kind of feels like crammed in at the end, which harkens back to my remarks about the third act. All right. If I have to give this movie a rating, I would give it a 3 out of 10. Alright, if you've liked what you've seen, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe! Shades of Devil's Advocate, where you're just like, what? Shades of Devil's Advocate, when you think you're watching something normal, like a normal, straightforward movie, and then all of a sudden something comes out of the blue and just shocks you. Okay, that was too hammy.